Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my review of the Cooler Master CM Storm QuickFire Rapid Mechanical Keyboard. And as you can notice already, it is a 10 keyless model with a very small footprint for those with small spaces are going to really appreciate this particular board with its simple yet premium looking, and you can bring it to the office because of how minimalistic and simplistic it looks. Unless you need a number pad, then that's something else, but if you don't, it's going to be completely perfect for you. Now on to the media controls, which are bound to the F keys and can be accessed through the function buttons. As long as it focus, which is not anytime soon, but there you go, those media keys and Windows disable key are bound to the F keys and it's going to be accessed through the function buttons. As you can see, the layout is a no compromise layout, no short backspace, no short shift keys, just once again no number pad because 10 keyless model. And the only way to really tell that this is a gaming keyboard is by the front logo here, which is backwards for your viewing pleasures. Now it's time to move on to the cable and all of the goodies that you would get with this particular package. On to the cable. If you can notice here, it is thinly braided, but braided nonetheless with gold USB tips. And what do you notice here? It's separated from the keyboard because the keyboard has detachable cable features, which means if you don't like the particular cable, you can just swap them out. It's going to be nice, simple, and easy, along with a plastic key puller, which I do not recommend whatsoever because they will scratch your keys. They will. Believe me, they will. You can go ahead and try them out, but in the end, you will get scratch keys, and we do not want scratch keys. Along with that, you get red WASD keycaps. I only have two hands, so you only see two keys. But nevertheless, they are nice, bright, and red. Along with that, we're not done here yet, folks. The train's going to keep on moving. You get not one, but two Cooler Master keycaps for those that like to decorate their keyboard. And let's not forget the PS2 adapter to get you to have N-key rollover. And last but not least, you have the booklet for your reading pleasures. Now it's time to move on to the back of the keyboard. For the back of the keyboard, you have 4 rubber pieces on each corner of the keyboard to help the keyboard remain still when typing. But when I use my usual force testing, it moves ever so slightly, which is not a really bad thing, by the way. And you get 2 stands which do not have rubber in them, which means it will move very, very easily. But it makes up for that with, once again, detachable cable and 3 slots for cable management, which is always a great thing to have. Once again, detachable cable makes it nice, flexible, and portable. Now it's time to move on to the typing experience. Now we are on to the typing experience. Notice how there is no software because this keyboard is all plug and play. Usually I would cover the software, but since we don't have any, we must move on. Cherry MX Browns. Sure does make a very decent typer, and you have to excuse me, the noise in the background is out of my control. I have no control over that noise, and you're just gonna have to bear with me while I speak a little bit louder than what I usually would. And it feels very, very premium when you type on it, by the way. feels like it's much faster than the other MX Brown boards that I typed on. And that could be the keycap. But however, sadly, nothing is perfect, and the printing on these keycaps are fading. It really does show its age, which is not very good, but I guess you're just gonna have to take it. Now on to the gaming experience. Since there is no software, means that there is no way of macroing keys, which is the equation of terrible for MMO players. You can't macro keys, you can't bind them. You're just gonna play them as is. And honestly, I really think that the 10 keyless boards are never really good for MMO players because they never have any dedicated macro keys to begin with. So, oh boy. But if you are FPS players, which is, I believe a lot of you guys are, this is very, very nice because the keys are comfortable to hold for long durations. And also, it's easier to tap twice than blues, but not as easy as reds because there's always that bump. Once again, MX Brown is always the jack of all trades and is the master of none. And I do believe that 10 keyless keyboards tend to be gaming keyboards because, again, it's easier to position your hands on the keyboard and the mouse without the number pad getting in the way. Also, the red keycaps really brings out the gaming aspect of the keyboard. Of course, now we have our final verdict, and this particular board retails for $89.99 with a look and feel of premium. Is very, very much appreciated for the money. It's very portable, it's very flexible, which is very, very nice and handy for travelers. You get keycaps, plastic puller, PS2 adapter, and let's not forget that booklet. And overall, I gotta say, in terms of bang for your bucks, this is probably really good. So I'm going to say, come and get it.